Hello and welcome. When you are ready to join your meeting, it takes just 3 steps. Step 1 is to head to the navigation bar at the top of the site and select My Schedule. Any session you have added to your personal agenda and any session you are speaking or presenting at will automatically display here. Step 2 is to click on the agenda card to be taken to the agenda details page. Here you will see a countdown timer. This countdown timer will be replaced with a Start Meeting or Join Meeting button when you are given access to your session. You will be allowed in 20 minutes before the start time of your session. So when you head here to the Agenda Details page, you will see the Start Meeting or Join Meeting button automatically appear 20 minutes before the start time of your session. When you are given access to your session, the third and final step is to click the Join Meeting button. This will launch you into Zoom, and there are no additional links or messages. Everything you need is right here. So click Join Meeting to be launched into your session. Once you have clicked the Join Meeting button, you will be launched here in your Zoom room. This is a practice room, a green room space, and your attendees will not have access until 1 minute before the scheduled start time. So this is the right time to ask everyone to test their audio and video as well as rename themselves. In order to rename yourself, you'll need to open up the participants panel. You'll see that button in the bottom of your Zoom tools. Once the panel is open, you'll want to hover over your name. You'll see the word host, a number following, and then the me. That's going to be your name. Hover over the one that says me, click the More button, and then select Rename. That way you will display correctly once your attendees join you. Once everyone has renamed themselves, you'll want to test their audio and video. In order to unmute yourself, you can use the microphone in the bottom left-hand corner so that you can be heard by everyone here in the presentation. So Kat, if you would please go ahead and unmute yourself and let us know where you're calling in from.
Hi, I'm calling in from Stockholm.
Wonderful. Welcome, Kat. Can you also test your video, please, by clicking on the video icon in the bottom left corner of your Zoom tools?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Hi.
Hello, welcome. You look great. So throughout the time here in our meeting, you can mute yourself with that button as well as share your video, and you have control to stop sharing your video if you toggle that button again. Here in this room, I do have the option to ask others to unmute or share their video. So here in my participants panel, if I hover over Adrian's name, I can ask to unmute, which will provide a pop-up for him, and he can choose to accept or not. And I can ask to share his video. Hello, Adrian.
Hello.
In the participants panel, there are a couple of things we'd like you to set up before attendees join you. Here in the More options, we'd like you to select Mute upon entry. That will ensure that when your attendees join you, that they will all be muted as opposed to unmuted, and so the presentation can begin. Here in the green room space, you also will need to configure the chat. To do so, you'll open up the chat box here with the Zoom tools. And on the far right-hand corner, these 3 dots will set the permissions for chat. Please choose that participants can chat with no one. That will disable the chat for the participants. However, everyone who has joined you here in this green room will still be able to communicate here in the Zoom room via the chat option. Your attendees will chat out on the Pathable platform. So we do recommend using 2 monitors or setting up a split screen so that you can see that conversation. To do so, you can do a little bit of Windows management. So resize your Zoom window so that it is alongside your web browser. So here is one option so that you can see the chat with attendees that is happening out on your web browser while also keeping an eye on your Zoom room. Another option is to set up a split screen. So here for a Mac, I can hover over the icon in the top left-hand corner and choose to tile this window to the left of my screen. Then I can select my Pathable platform, the web browser, to be on the right-hand side. Now I will be able to see the chat with attendees while also keeping an eye on my Zoom room. These are just a few strategies, and your overall goal is to be able to see your Zoom room alongside the chat and polls that is happening out on your web browser. Here in the green room space, before going live, you do want to ensure that you have activated the live transcript or closed captioning if your session is in English. To do so, click the button that says Live Transcript and then select Enable. That will begin the live transcript for your session, and attendees will be able to view the text. You will see it in the bottom of your Zoom room. When you are ready to share your screen, we recommend that you open up the application you'd like to share and then click the green Share Screen button. Zoom will then ask you, would you like to share your entire desktop or just a single application? We recommend sharing just an application, whether that's your PowerPoint or Google Slides, as opposed to your entire desktop to avoid displaying any unwanted or personal information. If you will be sharing your computer sound or video, please do check the two boxes in the bottom left-hand corner to ensure that your attendees will experience that properly. Once you're all set, you can hit the blue Share button. Your attendees will have access to join you here in your Zoom room 1 minute before the scheduled start time. When you are ready to begin the recording, you will head down to the Zoom tools and select Record, and then choose Record to Cloud. It is very important to record this session to the cloud so that it will be available for your event hosts to download and publish at a later time. So once you are ready to begin your session, please ensure that you select Record and then Record to Cloud. Once you select Record to Cloud, you will see that the recording light will appear in the top left-hand corner, and you will know that recording has begun. Your attendees will be here in the Zoom room with you, and they can choose their own view here in the top right-hand corner, whether they want to see speaker view, the individual who is speaking, or if they'd like to see gallery view, in which they can see everyone who is participating in this session. If you would like to spotlight an individual, you can hover over their video tile and click the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. Then you can select Spotlight for Everyone. So this will ensure that all of your attendees are seeing the individual you would like them to see during the presentation. To remove the spotlight, simply hover over their video tile, click the 3 dots, and then select Remove Spotlight.
So welcome everyone to this formal speech rehearsal. It's such a pleasure to have everyone here. We're just going to wait for a couple more minutes for other participants to join before we start. In the meanwhile, please use the chat function in the Pathable platform and tell us where you're joining from.
So let's get started. My name is Gabriella Koch. I'm the Deputy Director of the Volvo Group, and I will be the moderator of this session. Now, I would like to introduce you to our two speakers today. My colleague Adrian Pigarna, who is our Senior Project Manager for content, and I have Maria Sidelöv, who is also a Content Manager for the Volvo Group. Welcome to both of you. Now, Adriana, I know that you wanted to kickstart this session by sharing a video with us.
Yes, thank you very much, Gabriela. As you said, I would like to share a small video to set the stage for Volvo Week.
Welcome to World Water Week 2021. World Water Week has never been more accessible. You can join sessions with speakers from around the world, and you can network with people regardless of which time zones you're in. We need to collaborate on water-smart solutions to build resilience faster. We need each and every one of you. For 30 years, water experts and enthusiasts have travelled thousands of miles to join us for World Water Week, right here in Stockholm. This year, that journey is going to be a little bit shorter. This year, World Water Week is taking place right here in Pathable.
Thank you, Adrian, for sharing that exciting video. It is exciting, and I can't wait for World Water Week to start. So let me continue with that and share some highlights from the World Water Week with you. Kat, will you help me with the PowerPoint? So this year's World Water Week will take place between the 23rd and 27th of August, and it will be a fully digital event offering over 400 sessions focusing on concrete solutions to the world's greatest water challenges. Now, to speed up and actually do achieve changes, we have focused around 5 challenges, and we have collaborated together with our partners to identify accelerators, competencies needed in order to speed up the work towards achieving change. Thank you for that, Kat. Now, if we move into the next part of this session, I know that Adrian has prepared some group rooms for us where we can divide into smaller groups and have discussions. Would you set that up for us, Adrian?
Yes, I will ask her to set this, but we have set up two groups that you can choose, and we would like you to join into them. In each group, we will be having a World Water Week post, and we will open up a whiteboard for you to note your top 2 takeaways from World Water Week. You will be in the rooms for 30 seconds, and then I will bring you back to the main rooms. And please remember the World Water Week post to make sure that you save this screen of the whiteboard so then you can share it afterwards with us.
Hello, everybody. So I'm going to share my screen now to show you the whiteboard. Now, you can all join me here in the whiteboard by going to View and then touching Annotations. So if you try that and see if you can join me in collaborating on this board together. So now I'm going to share this or save this by pressing PDF and save, and it will be saved to my Zoom room. And we will leave the room now and meet in the main room again. See you in a minute.
Now, can I please ask Kat, who's in group from 1, just to share some of your main takeaways?
I think that Kat just joined. So Kat, if you could, when you have some time to share your takeaways from the main room.
Sorry, there was a takeaway 1 and a takeaway 2.
Great, thank you, Kat, and thank you all for actively participating in the group rooms. I can also see that we have a question in the chat. The question is, does everyone participating in the World Water Week need to register? And I would like to hand over to my colleague Maria to respond.
Yes, sure. So yes, everyone will need to register in order to attend the sessions at the World Water Week. And it's actually really easy. So you go to the worldwaterweek.org website and click on tickets. We also recommend you to upgrade to a networking class so you can actually meet with your fellow participants. You can book private meetings, you can join networking sessions, as well as mingle and meet sessions. So it will be just like a regular World Water Week for you.
Thank you, Maria. That's great. Let's all register and join the networking. With that, I would like to wrap up this session. Thank you for joining us today, and I'd like to thank our speakers. And just wish you all the best and see you soon at the World Water Week in just a few weeks. Thanks, everyone.